War for Cybertron and Legacy surprised everyone with characters from the late 80s and early 90s. Because let's be honest, no one expected new toys from those guys. Case in point, Triggercon crankcase. I bet you have no idea what Triggercon even means. To briefly explain what a Triggercon is, they have spring-loaded flip-out cannons. Now, Legacy Crankcase does have cannons, but they aren't spring-loaded. It's disappointing, but understandable. Adding these features while also giving very articulated toys would have jacked up the price and made them not worth it. So with that out of the way, let's actually talk about the toy itself. Now, this guy here is undeniably a Skids retool. But at the very least, this version has more substantial change other than a new head and colors. The chest, for example, is completely different. The cannons, that I already mentioned, and some minor changes in vehicle mode that you can preview right over here. All of this has been done to, well, make him not just Skids in blue, because Skids was already in blue. I do like the dark blue and black color scheme, also seen on Dropkick right over there. His orange face and yellow visor gave him a much needed brighter hue. And paint application is well done, but the visor has some scuff marks on it and the silver is starting to chip. It's right over there. Or I think it is right hit. Granted, they're not very noticeable, but it's still good to know. Legs are hollow, but the darker colors hide that gap away. Most evident at the lower legs due to the color black. The thigh area, not so much. Possibility, arm-wise, is confusing. Say I want him to hold his gun out like this. It's not just a simple arm out elbow swivel to get this arrangement. No. What they have to do is, because if I do that, it looks totally wrong. What you have to do is rotate it slightly, move it up slightly, and just arrange the arm to get this. And it's alright from this angle, but no, not from this side. It's a bit of a faff just to get something that looks very unnatural. The legs are, I'm happy to say, very, very nice, very, very smooth. Nothing unnatural about them at all. I just wouldn't recommend trying to bend the knees forward unless you want him to have a broken knee. It's for transformation, obviously. But yeah, there's a waist swivel as well. And to probably make up for his reduced cannons, he has two guns. This smoky clear plastic one that looks very awkward when he holds it. Here, let me show you. It's a bit tall, if I'm being honest. So he looks like he's actually just holding the bottom of the grip rather than the grip itself. It's not necessarily good look. And the other is obviously the entire front of the car. If Hasbro called it a boombox, it would be more believable. So let's just transform him to get rid of this wonky accessory. So, the arms could clash with the body, but other than that, the conversion was not bad. It's not groundbreaking by any means, but it's serviceable. What's more interesting is the changes to the vehicle mode. There's a good amount done to make it more rugged and, in my eyes, armored. We got petrol canister storage found at both sides, right over here, and a spare wheel in case one goes flat. Larger wheels would complete the look, but there would be no space for them. These blue molded lines, I'll say that they're molded, I can actually feel them, give us a nice reference to the original cannons he had, and, well, the gun finally doesn't look out of place. It's almost like it was made for this. Silver paint represents lights and a molded in winch, because we all know all off-roaders require a winch to complete that feeling. You can also remove it to give us a Tobot reference, because, I mean, it straight up looks like Tobot X version 2. It's a weird, obscure reference to be pulling, but I watched that show when I was younger on a site called VideoTube. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I'll just plug it back in. His other gun can plug up here. It really only can plug up there, but it doesn't look good. Probably because it's not very well designed. Yeah. So yeah, this guy is really only for people who crave a new G1 crankcase, and that's okay. It's decent enough as your new crankcase, and it's fun to fiddle around with. Also, his original vehicle mode was a Land Rover Defender, and this is the furthest thing away from one. It's a souped up Honda Civic. Yeah, souped up Honda Civic, or Honda City, I guess. So I guess with that, thanks for watching and see you next time.